Alright, honey, just got to the store. Picking up bread, milk, and diapers. Let me know what the mechanic says when I get back. I'll get everything figured out. I'm not worried about it. Alright, talk to you later. Love you. Bye. You know, I used to sweat the small things or the small stuff when things went wrong financially for me. Like when our furnace went out back in December, or here, just a few minutes ago, my wife called to tell me that the van went out. Well, I don't really worry about that stuff anymore, because it always used to make me have to pull from an emergency fund, or I had to make some adjustments in our budget so we make the mortgage payment, or come pick up these essentials. But now I don't have to worry about that because I have this app called cPay, and what it does is it allows me to take my cryptocurrencies that I've invested in, like Bitcoin, yeah, that very same Bitcoin, and use it on some of my essentials or some of my daily expenses like diapers or milk or those pumpkin spice lattes we all know and love, right? With cPay, I'm actually able to use my cryptocurrencies on the daily essentials for some of those vices that I just don't want to give up. So thanks, cPay, for bailing me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Winhorn, Chief Financial Officer for the company cPay, where we are transacting for the future. So I appreciate your attendance today and you taking the time out of your busy schedule to review this presentation. So I just want to take you through a quick summary of what the goals of today's meeting are going to be. I first am going to introduce you to the company cPay. Then I'll break down our assessment of cPay's market and competitive environment, give you our marketing and operational strategy, our financial forecast, and then show you how you can be a part of the cPay family. But before I get started, I'd like to introduce you to the current cPay family. You've already met myself, Kyle Winhorn, Chief Financial Officer of our organization, but I'd like to introduce you to my other four counterparts and our partnered company, SharpSwitch. Introducing, as you can see here from the slide, Mohammed Makaya, our CEO and leader of the organization. I'm also working alongside Sean Rudy, our Chief Operating Officer, Jennifer Gray, who is our Chief Creative Officer, and Guitar Kanungo, VP of International Operations and Expansion. Between the five of us and our partnership with SharpSwitch, who is in charge of our software app program, we have over 50 years of experience of management, financial management, military, and other business operations. So cPay, what is our goal? What is our mission? The whole point and purpose of our company is to incorporate the enormous capital that is currently invested in cryptocurrencies into the local and global economy. Specifically, cPay plans to connect merchants and to consumers that are also cryptocurrency users. So you're probably asking yourself right now, what exactly is cPay? Well, cPay is an app-based system that we've worked with our partners at SharpSwitch to help develop that allows you to convert your cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ripple into USD for everyday purchases like your pumpkin spice lattes, your Nike shoes, or even a couple of tickets to that Cougar football game coming up this fall. So what the application allows you to do is it allows you to link your crypto wallet with all of your different cryptocurrencies that you've invested in, as you can see from an example here on the screen. And it allows you to convert those into USD at the register. All you simply do is scan the QR code and it will trigger a series of events that will allow the necessary sale of crypto in exchange for USD so you can make your everyday purchases without upsetting your everyday budget. So taking a look at cPay's industry analysis. Right now the cryptocurrency industry has not quite reached maturity. As of right now, the usage of cryptocurrency has become increasingly more attractive, especially with recent litigation from the SEC not interfering with the growth of cryptocurrencies. Some of the leading currencies, as I mentioned earlier, Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and Litecoin, just to name a few, are some of the fastest growing cryptocurrencies that have some of the most activity within them. The crypto market is also expected to soar to $6,702.1 million in 2025, which when the study was put together in 2017, that's a 31% increase over the course of the next 8 years. So there's a lot of opportunity within the cryptocurrency market, and right now really all it's seen as is a store of value. So how do we take all that money that's in that market and how do we monetize it to help stimulate the economy? So upon further assessment of the market area, that we will be operating in, there are several factors that make cPay's strategy actually very attractive, specifically the development of transaction technology. Think back to about 5 years ago when you were still using your credit cards, some people still writing checks and paying for cash. Well, in the last 5 years alone, we've seen the development really catch on of chip and app-based pay technology, which is what we will be leveraging at cPay. Consumer spending is also forecasted to increase at a pretty constant rate over the next 5 years, as you can see from this graph over here. With the availability of the assets tied up in cryptocurrencies, because they're only currently seen as a store of value right now because nobody can really monetize them, and that's what we plan to do at cPay. We plan to make a asset that is more relatable to gold become more relatable to cash. At cPay, we're going to do to transacting what Facebook has done to interacting. There's also what works in our favor is there's a lack of direct competitors that have a key share of market advantage, which allows us to enter the market and be able to collect a lot of share of transactions with cryptocurrencies right now. As most business models in our industry, specifically with our business model, are very based on fees. So our business model will be based on transactions. The other piece too about the market that we definitely assessed was the potential scrutiny by additional government regulations with growing acceptance. However, in recent history, or back in June of this year, 2018, the SEC did not create any additional sanctions on cryptocurrencies, thus making this an even more attractive market. So let's move to the competitive environment. We've identified 3 key competitors that could create challenges for cPay as we enter the market. There's BitPay, which is a Bitcoin service that only supports Bitcoin and currently processes at nearly $1 million daily transactions through their services. So there are cryptocurrency users that are wanting to use their cryptocurrencies for daily transactions. The other comparable companies that we have that we will be working against will be companies like Apple and Google Pay, who currently use the e-wallet system but with only debit and credit cards and do not currently link cryptocurrencies to their accounts. So there is a huge opportunity for us to enter this market right now and take advantage of the cryptocurrency market, where currently over $1 million in daily sales are processing just through BitPay alone with Bitcoin. So all things considered, we administered a couple of surveys a few months ago just to identify how we would compare based on our business model to our competitors. And as you can see here, cPay allows customers to link all of their cryptocurrencies into their account, not just one. We had surveyed customers over the 5 most important features of an electronic payment system, and in all 5 of those ranking systems, which include speed, security, convenience, transaction costs, and customer service, cPay's services can match or outperform Apple Pay, BitPay, and Google Pay in all 5 categories. Upon further assessment of our strategic position analysis, we used a SWOT analysis to identify opportunities to monetize cryptocurrencies, which is how we ultimately arrived on the app-based system. cPay will position itself in the industry as a leader in transaction technology, and that is identified by the heavy investment in our technology and consumer outreach programs to achieve our sustainability. We will capitalize on the opportunity to use multiple cryptocurrencies, which several of our competitors are currently not doing. They are only focusing on one, or credit and debit transaction. So as we've rolled out cPay, we've identified 2 key customer profiles that we are looking to target. The first, millennials, who are heavy crypto users, and the second, Gen Xers, who are also dabbling in the cryptocurrency market. Our primary target market, however, will be our millennials, as you can see from our customer profile, Dave. Dave is somebody who has invested heavily in cryptocurrencies, makes a decent living, and wants to spend money on non-essentials like Starbucks or same-day delivery type programs. This is a perfect fit for our customer Dave because it allows him to not disrupt his daily budget, but use something that he's invested to make those purchases and be able to live the life that he wants to live. He gets to live in the moment now because he is invested in cryptocurrencies and can use those for his daily transactions and enjoyment. Our second target market are our Gen Xers, which includes Sam and Chris. This is a married couple that we are identifying as one of our typical Gen X target markets who've invested in some cryptocurrencies, but maybe not as heavily as our millennial target or individuals like Dave. Their ideal situation of using this is to use it for major purchases on things like clothes for kids, back to school supplies. They would like to invest more in cryptocurrencies, but don't necessarily have the time and the assets to do it right now due to other liabilities. So those are our two key customers that we're looking at to initially roll. As we develop further our reach in the market, we will consider additional target audiences, but these I've identified as our two most profitable and promising opportunities with the cPay program. So you're probably asking yourself how we're going to reach those individuals. Well, our strategy is to connect with the millennials and the Gen Xers authentically with our marketing strategy. We will use a series of online advertisements, promotional emails, and text messages to generate awareness about the cPay application. In addition to that, we will also enter the market through cryptocurrency exchanges and with our cryptocurrency partners. Essentially, we're going to fish where the fish are by going directly to the consumer that is purchasing cryptocurrencies. By partnering with companies like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ripple, we will also strengthen their partnerships by generating an additional reason for individuals and consumers to go and invest in cryptocurrencies by providing a monetizing opportunity for those cryptocurrencies. By entering at the exchanges, we catch the individual at the point of purchase. So we give them an opportunity to use those cryptocurrencies right after they purchase them. Our other form of outreach is going to be social events associated with cryptocurrencies, where we will incorporate our cPay tour, where we will educate people about the application, show them how to go and download it, and overall provide awareness about cPay. In addition to that, we will partner with key influencers within the crypto community, which includes some bloggers and YouTubers that are influential within that community. In addition to that, our primary revenue stream will come from the retailers and not user fees. This is entirely a transaction-based company, whereas most of our competitors nickel and dime current cryptocurrency users cryptocurrency users by nagging fees, annual fees, transaction fees. The way that we will steal a lot of market share early upon entry is by not overcharging our users' fees to be sustainable. Rather, we will create a sustainable business model that will allow us to operate based on transactions, similar to the success of credit card companies. Taking you now into our business operations, our offices are based currently in Seattle, Washington. As you can see, a layout of our breakdown, or the breakdown of our offices rather, and our office building here. We are a payment service provider. So through the cPay app, we will operate on smart devices such as this, like my Samsung phone. We will simultaneously trigger 3 processes upon usage of the program. There will be a crypto account deduction, an exchange to USD, and a payment to the merchants, which will take place in 2 to 3 business days minus the 2% transaction fee, which is what we will collect as payment. We will also add labor support, which will include customer service as our primary form of labor. Initially, we will hire 2 full-time employees and 6 part-time. We will also outsource our app maintenance. Technology is a very important part of our business model, and as such, it will account for a nearly $700,000 investment over the first 3 years of operation. NFC payment systems are currently operational in 99% of all retailers right now, so the majority of our investment in our technology will be focused on the creation, repair, and maintenance of ensuring we have a seamless process execution with our app. We are also going to put additional focus on the ease of use based on our customer feedback during our surveys. So our distinctive competency will be not only the fact that our program is very easy to use and linked to your crypto accounts, but it will also be a seamless transaction at the register as well. In addition to our focus on the business side, the thing that I think makes cPay a little more human is the fact that we are committed to some outreach programs as well. We have a full commitment to our triple bottom line. Specifically, we have some outreach programs that we have taken some involvement in and how we want to give back to the community. We are going to focus on a couple of key planks, one of which will be outreach programs to inform communities about the benefits of cryptocurrencies and how they can become a part of their daily lives. In addition to that, we have an annual team involvement program in social causes. The first year, we will take place in the Salvation Army 5K as a team. We also embrace financial responsibility of our users, as the financially responsible individuals will help stimulate the economy and also our business. We will emphasize this with our partnership with the Consumer Credit Union and Youth Financial Counseling Services with volunteer work. So I've talked to you a little bit about the business plan, what our structure looks like. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of our developmental plans and our expansion plans. So our goals over the first several years is in the first 1 to 3 years of operations, we are going to patent our mobile app, which we have already secured patent for. We are also going to target a 97% satisfaction rate by all customers and focus ourselves on expansive growth, aggressive, expansive growth, so we can get into the market and gobble up a lot of this early market share that's available to us right now. Since there's no real key dominant player out in the market, we feel the need to be very aggressive in getting in front of consumers. Our 3 to 5 year strategy is to grow to 50 total employees and achieve $10 million at least in annual sales. We also at this point want to become a household name based on our aggressive strategy. And our 5 to 10 year plan is to achieve $100 million in sales by the end of year 10. Implement a reward-based system similar to what credit card companies Apple Pay and Google Pay do to keep and retain their consumers, and develop cPay add-on programs as part of our 5 and 10 year long-term plan. The exit strategy, of course, with our organization, we would like to get to a point to where cPay will be able to sell for over $50 million by 2028, which is after year 10 of inception. Based on our financial forecasts of revenue and cash flows, cPay will be an attractive acquisition at this time. And ideal partnership companies that we would like to look at are companies like Apple Pay or Google Pay, who are looking to add a crypto aspect to their business model, or Visa and MasterCard, who are also potentially looking to add a crypto-based technology to their company profile, but currently lack the technology to do it, or a foothold in the marketplace. Finally, I'm going to be taking you through the financial breakdown of cPay and what a partnership could look like for you should you choose to invest. Based on research, we identified that the average dollar amount in a given transaction is about $20. We anticipate our 2 primary sources of income to be ad revenue and the 2% rate collected by retailers for every given transaction. The owners of cPay have made an initial investment of a combined $550,000, which will cover our initial startup costs and a few months of operation. So where we need to source additional income to remain cash flow positive will be from a venture capitalist in year 1 and 2 small business loans, one in year 2 and one in year 3 in the amounts of $1 million and $300,000. You can see a further breakdown of this in the appendix of our financial business plan. We, however, anticipate that we will be cash flow positive and sustainable in July 2021, which is in year 3 of operations. We have also identified an opportunity to share profits. We have identified that in years 4 and year 5, we will have the ability to share profit amongst the owners, specifically in the amounts of 20% and 25% of total net profits. So you're probably asking yourself right now, this sounds pretty good, right? So what does a partnership with cPay mean for you? What do I get out of this whole exchange? Well, leveraging the weighted average cost of discount model, the weighted average cost of capital, we identified our discount rate to be about 9%. Over the first 5 years cash flow, we've identified $1,649,764 with an internal rate of return of 57.554%. So if you're wondering if you're going to get your return on investment, our forecasting says yes, you will. You'll see a higher influx of cash flows in years 4 and 5, which is what's supporting this internal rate of return. What we need from you, the investor, is a $500,000 initial investment, which is given in 5 $100,000 installments throughout year 1 of operation. What we are prepared to offer you, should you agree to partner with us, is a 20% stake at the table, 1 board seat, and a 20% claim to all owners' draw. And the owner's draw will be 20%, as I mentioned earlier, of profits in year 4 and 25% in year 5. I want to thank you all very much for your time today and having taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to what cPay can do for you. Because at cPay, we are transacting for the future.